What's going on, guys? Today we're going to talk about something a little bit different from cameras and lenses. We're going to talk about the machine that helps you create all your images and all your videos and put it all together, and that is the MacBook Pro M1 Max 16-inch, my primary device for the past year for creating all the content you see here on this channel, content that I do also on Geek Culture, and also my personal photography and all that great stuff. I use this laptop primarily, unless I'm testing something else for another review. And in terms of my setup that you're seeing right now, I'm using the Nikon Z9 to record most of my video. I do shoot primarily in 4K. Sometimes I do shoot in 8K as well. I'm using the Zoom F6 to record 32-bit raw audio. Then I synchronize it into Final Cut, but I also, polish the audio up in Audition. And that's how I do my setup for a lot of these videos that you're seeing right here. I also do a little bit of color grading and I add some effects here and there as and when I need to. Now, in terms of photography, I've got a lot of cameras behind me. Primarily for full frame, I'm using the Nikon Z9, but for medium format, the GFX 100S, 102 megapixel images, I throw it into this machine. I've had no issues with any camera I have used to date with this device in terms of photography. Now, in terms of video, this handles 8K beautifully. Nikon Z9, 8K and RAW, no problem at all. Canon R3 footage, no problem at all. Canon RAW, no issues. It's fine. The only time I've had any sort of hiccup with this machine when it comes to video footage is using the red Komodo from my friend of mine, Peter Choi. He let me borrow his yellow red Komodo. And of course, R3D files can be quite taxing, 6K, all that stuff. So I dropped them in here, and it takes a while to sort of render and get all that going. And then when you're exporting, man, the fans just kicked on this thing the first time I ever heard it. Now, in terms of editing raw red footage, once it's all, rendered, it's all fine. You don't need to edit in proxy unless you're gonna be, if you're gonna do some heavy graphic effects, then maybe you would want to just to be on the safe side. But for the most part, I don't need to. I can edit in full resolution on Final Cut Pro, and it handles it all beautifully. This is gonna be a machine that I think for a lot of people out there, if those of you had it, you know what I'm talking about. This is a machine that's gonna last you 2-3 years easily. And now I know the M2 chip is already out. We don't know about the Pro side of the M2 chips, M2 Pro, M2 Pro Max, whatever they're gonna call it. But I will say this M1 Max, even if that chip does come out, yes, it will be slightly better. But with the setup and the way that Apple's configured this MacBook Pro M1 Max, for me, I don't think I need anything more. I thought to myself, should I get a Mac Studio? Should I go for the Ultra? And the M1 Max does everything I need and then some. It's never failed me in that way. The battery life on this is friggin' phenomenal. I can edit videos. When I was in Wetzlar, Germany in October for the Leica M6 launch there, and also celebration of photography, I was editing and shooting footage every single day. And I'm in my hotel room. And I was taking my laptop on my bed, editing all the footage, sometimes in 4K, sometimes just 1080 out of the phone. And my battery life was fine. I could edit an entire video and not worry about the battery draining. Even rendering and even exporting, it was golden. The battery life and the performance, which Apple touted, and I tested it, and it's true. There's no difference by plugging it in versus going on your battery. There is none. And that is an amazing feat that Apple has done with this M1 Max. It is really that good. The display on this is beautiful. Right now, I am using the Asus Pro Art 32-inch display, 4K. I'm testing this out with it real quick. And yes, the Thunderbolt 4 connectivity is a little bit wonky on this. I think it's a firmware issue with the display, but outside of that, it's great. But if you're on the go and you want to use this Liquid Retina XDR display, it's friggin' amazing. So what are the cons on this laptop? Well, there's not many, but one of them is, it's not a deal breaker, by the way, it's just an opinion, that there's not enough USB-C Thunderbolt 4 ports on this laptop. Being a pro machine, you're going to want to hook up many things to it. For example, I have my Zoom F6 connected to it. I have my display connected to this. I have my external drive, my Samsung X5 drive or T7 drive, or even my drive I made on my own connected to this because I, only have 2 terabytes of storage in this bad boy and I want to, save my video footage. So I need external drives. When you hook all these things up, plus a CF Express Type B card reader, because you need to do that to, import your footage, there's no more ports for anything else. And if you get one of these hubs, a lot of these hubs don't have Thunderbolt 4, Thunderbolt 3 inside of them. They have USB-C and USB-A, but they don't have Thunderbolt. So it then becomes an issue of having to unplug and decide which things you want to plug into your laptop or not, especially if you're using it as a desktop replacement like I'm doing. And that would be nice if Apple would actually add a few more of these ports. And I don't see why they couldn't. There seems to be enough space going down the side of this MacBook Pro to have at least 2 or 3 more ports. That's my opinion, but Apple's very conservative on ports. I know they want everything to go wireless, but you know what? When you're a content creator and you're using a Pro machine, more ports are better than having fewer ports. Anyway, that's one thing. Another is going to be the size. If you are one of those people that likes to travel quite a bit and you are not flying business, you're not flying first class, you're an economy or premium economy, and you want to take your laptop and do work while you're flying, the 16-inch is a big laptop, and you may find yourself being a little bit cumbersome in the airline seat with other people sitting around you. Case in point, I was flying to Germany this year to go to Leica, and I had to edit some video while I was on the plane. I was sitting in premium economy. I thought everything was great, and then I bring out the laptop, and then I realized the display, even when it's turned down in terms of brightness, was very, very bright. The guy next to me had to like cover his face with a pillow. Felt bad for him, but I needed to get some work done. Also, because of the weight of the laptop and everything, my tray was a little bit on the tilt. It was like, okay, is this gonna be okay? Had to support it with my knees. You know, I was flying Singapore Airlines, a pretty damn good airlines, and I was still facing this issue. Now, business class, no issue at all. First class, really no issue. But if you're economy or premium economy, you may want to opt for the 14-inch. You're still going to get that same beautiful display, same great power, same great performance. Everything is exactly the same except the size. So that may be a very good option for a lot of you out there. But for me, I love a big display. And when I first got this laptop, I did not have an external display to hook up to it. So I was using that XDR display as my primary display. And it's awesome to edit and look at photos and pixel peep and all that great stuff, especially when you shoot a medium format, as I do from time to time. It really does help a lot. Now, I don't do gaming and I don't do those kind of things. So if you're looking for that sort of content, MacBook Pros are really not designed for that. They're more for content creators out there. So definitely opt for a PC in that regard. Outside of that, I think this MacBook Pro M1 Max 16-inch is, as I said, it's Apple's best laptop to date. And it's a laptop that will stay with you for a few years, definitely. Even if the M2 Pro, M2 Max, M2 Ultra, whatever they're gonna call it, yes, it will be faster. Yes, it will be better. But how much better? I mean, if you're comparing the M1 to the M2, Apple did such a good job with that M1 chip. The performance increments on from the M2 to the M1 are not that big, so I don't see a huge jump, to be honest with you. If anything, I do see Apple fixing a couple things with this laptop. Number one, instead of HDMI 2.0, 2.1. That's one thing. Maybe they could add a CF Express Type B card slot with backwards compatibility with SD card. That would be nice to have. Who knows? Because more cameras are using CF Express Type B. I would love to see it with more ports. Who knows? Maybe they'll bring the touch bar back with more enhancements. That would be awesome. So if you're on the fence about it this holiday season, you're thinking, should I get this or not, or should I wait? Look, I would say get it. And I'm not being paid to say this. This is my thoughts and my thoughts only. I would say pick up this bad boy. You're gonna get a lot of use out of this. And I mean, unless you're going to be shooting on Aries and Reds and you're going to be doing, cinema quality video out there and you really need a powerful machine, even more powerful than this is going to be it for the next couple of years, I feel. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the MacBook Pro M1 Max 16-inch. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, more content coming your way. Take care, stay safe, and I'll chat to you soon.